Hey yo, what's going on, Shock fam? My name's GizmoShock, and today we're back in some rules of survival. Today, of course, I'm back. It's been a long time. It's been about 3 days. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been feeling the best lately, and you can probably hear it in my voice a little bit. Your boy's sick. Poor old Gizmo, he's sick, and he's got the sniffles, guys. Yeah. Anyways, we're back in this thing, and today I've got a little bit of a tip video. Let me know if you want to see more of these tip type videos. Tip type, that's definitely English. If you guys want to see these types of videos, like ones where I give a bunch of tips and stuff, let me know, because I mean, I'm down to do it. I'm no pro or anything like that. I just hit platinum like yesterday or something like that, so of course I'm no professional, but I mean, I do have some tips here and there that might and might not help you out. So today we're going to be focusing on the actual beginning of the game, how to win the beginning of the game. In order to do this, the most successful way possible is to try to fly somewhere like on the absolute like end of the map and 1,000 meters away from the plane. That just gives you the best chance of survival of having nobody next to you, but nobody wants to see nobody the entire game. So to combat that, you can kind of go in the middle ground. Now the middle ground would be you go into a somewhat populated area, but you go once again 1,000 meters from the plane. Now if you guys are going anywhere from the plane, definitely start at 1,000 no matter where you're going, just because that gives you the optimal position to get you where you need to go faster than other people that are around you, especially if they don't know that tip. Most people these days do know that 1,000 is like the drop zone, so it might not be as successful now as it used to be. Alright, so your destination. Trying to plan your destination. Obviously on the map there's a whole bunch of areas of which you could choose. Now, I highly recommend 3-story buildings, not only because they have a bunch of stories and a whole bunch of stuff, but also because they look down on other buildings that are near them. If you can win the 3rd-story building, you pretty much guarantee a win of that zone. Now, obviously, that's not going to work 100% of the time. People might blindside you, you might not hear them, and that sort of stuff. But when it comes to winning the 3rd story, all you have to do, so in order to win the building that you want to take, you have to land there first. That's the #1 priority. So you gotta jump out of the plane at 1,000. I'm pretty sure it works up to 1,020 if you want to be exact, but you gotta be perfect. And that means pretty much no tilting whatsoever of your parachute or whatnot. So once you jump out, obviously your first goal is to land somewhere where there are weapons. Now, if you haven't already, I would definitely memorize where weapons spawn, so that way once you land on the roof, if other people land next to you, definitely go for those weapons before them. You gotta know where they are, so that way you can beat them to it. Now, if you are on a 3-story and the person landing next to you lands on the weapons, what I would do, because they actually have to pick up the ammo and reload at the same time, I would start fighting with them. I would punch them a couple of times, and then you bail. On a 3-story building, you can actually jump down, not the sides of it, but on the little front part. You can actually jump down that without getting hurt. So that'll be really helpful for trying to evade them. Now, they might follow you, so I would definitely try to break a window or go in through one of the doors and close it behind you and get a weapon as fast as you can. Now, after you get that weapon, pursue that person so you just don't have to worry about them anymore. Now, this can be dangerous, so you are going to have to make sure that you're checking all your corners because they could be camping. Make sure you're crouching, obviously, as always, so that way they don't know exactly where you are. And then, of course, blast their faces once you see them. Now, a lot of times this can be kind of a difficult thing, but if you have any type of shotgun, definitely equip that because you're obviously going to be in some close corners. So that's how you win the 3-story. Now, if you're on any of these 2-story buildings that have the flat part, obviously you're going to have to try to land on one of those flat parts because sometimes there's weapons on the outside as well. Also, if you're on the 2nd floor and you hear somebody below you, check out all the rooms on the upper floor, but keep an eye on those stairs. Those people might come up and they might try to kill you. No! So once you win the 2nd floor, you just pretty much camp and you wait until that person tries and dares to come up the stairs, or you can try a little bit of strategy. Now, to do this, you actually have to jump down and go inside as fast as possible. You're gonna probably not take them off guard because they're gonna hear you land on the ground. So I would definitely crouch once you do that, so that way they don't know exactly where you are, they just know that you're around them. Also, while you're walking around the building, probably trying to find the door in or the garage area, definitely check through the windows. You might see a head or a full body in one of those rooms. Now, if that's the case and they're not looking at you, shoot the glass and then start shooting the guy because you're going to catch him off guard. So that's the 3-story and the 2-story. Those were pretty much simple ways to beat those. I'm sure you guys already know that, but here's a couple more tips just to win the beginning in general, no matter where you land. So if you know there are people near you, get a weapon and then charge them. Just charge them. They might not have a weapon. whereas you do. Definitely reload before you do that, though, because you might run into some trouble, especially if what you found is a shotgun. I would definitely go for a 5-shot shotgun over any 2-shot shotguns or 1-shots, which I don't believe are in this, but they will be in the update. Definitely go for a 5-shotter, just in case you miss your first couple of shots. Shotties are obviously the best for closed areas. That's why it's best to pick up a shotgun and then pursue your enemies. Generally, it will be a one-hit kill unless they have some type of armor of some kind. Now, obviously, if you want to pursue these people right away and you don't have a shotgun near you, definitely use an SMG because they have a high BPM. That just means that they have a high rate of fire, which is a higher chance that more of your bullets will make contact. And obviously, if more bullets make contact, more damage will be taken and it'll be easier to kill.
You smart.
While you are actually picking up your weapons, you gotta make sure that you're strategizing what you're picking up. You can't just pick up 2 shotguns because then you've got nothing for long range and somebody can snipe you dead easy. So you gotta kind of plan it out. At the beginning stages, in my own opinion, in my own starting, if I have the option, I'm going to stick with a shotgun, a 5-shotter, and then some type of SMG. Why? Because SMGs are actually good for medium to close range, whereas shotguns are good for close range as well. Now, towards the beginning, you're going to be facing a lot of people at close range. That's why that's the smarter decision. There's no harm in switching weapons later on. I do it myself, especially when it gets to be later in the game. And when there's pretty much nobody near me. I generally go with an assault rifle like the M4A1 or the M15. Obviously, snipers are good for long range as well. But me, I'm terrible with snipers and they're one-hit kill. I mean, I'm okay with snipers, I guess. I'm good at aiming, but I'm pretty good with assault rifles, and I like to be able to land more than 1 bullet once I hit somebody. So that kind of separates the long range and the short range. I would definitely, like I said, later in the middle of the game-ish, I would switch out your SMG for a long-range weapon. Scopes are also very important and very handy. Now, towards the end of the game, an 8-time scope is not really going to help you out too much. However, a 4-time scope is going to help out a lot, so I would definitely pick up both. So that way, towards the beginning of the game, you actually have a really good scope to scope out people, like on 3-story buildings, or just people in general that are far away from you. However, once you get further into the game and the circle starts getting closer, you're not going to need that 8 times, so I would definitely dual that down to a 4 times instead. So yeah, scopes are very important. Also, attachments are very important. So if you see any type of recommended attachment, it's obviously going to help you and aid you into having a better matchup. Now, most attachments that I've seen are pretty much shoulder grips and tactical hand guards. Now, if you guys don't know what these are, or hand grips, sorry, they actually help with recoil. They reduce recoil, which makes it easier for you to you can shoot more accurately, and it just makes it makes you be able to have an easier time. Other things like the quick draw mags are really helpful in dire situations when you need to reload. Those are really helpful. You just have a faster reload time. And then there's obviously a quick draw expanded mag, which will help in both the quick draw function and then the extra bullets in the magazine. Now, the extra bullets in the magazine are going to help in case you get in those long firefights, especially in squads. I would definitely get expanded mags in squads because you got more enemies to take out, and generally there's going to be more people around. What I mean is, you're playing a squad and you got 2 people over here. Your buddy takes one of them out, and then you take one of them out with 20 of your bullets. If you didn't grab that expanded mag, you would either have 5 bullets or 10 bullets left. That might not be enough in case you miss a bunch of your shots. So the expanded mag will actually add another 10 bullets to that list, and especially on something like the Thompson, you're going to be unstoppable with the amount of bullets that you can hold in that thing. So yeah, guys, those are just a little bit of tips towards the beginning and towards the middle of the match. Let me know if you want to see more. I know the gameplay doesn't exactly correlate to what I'm saying. I just thought you guys would be bored if you just heard my voice and saw like a black screen or something like that. So regardless, I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry I haven't been posting daily. Obviously, I already told you guys that that's not really something that I normally do, especially with the amount of editing that I do and especially how I'm feeling right now. But I had to get a video out for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments again if you want to see more of these types of videos. I'll see you in the next one. See ya, and peace out.